Whew. Little chapstick will do ya. Good evening. I should make them M&M's now with some more. Good evening. Oh, right on time. Came across that track before that little train came. Winter weather expected Friday. Lord have mercy, can we get a break? I can't be missing work. Not this week. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. Shooting my regular, headed to work. Man, I can't wait for the day I can be like, yeah, I go to Amazon 2 days out the week. Because it's coming. Yeah. There's nothing major going on. I was laying down all day. I was kind of tired, and I really don't know why I was so tired since I was off yesterday. And I think it's one of those days where I was experiencing so much excitement, and then I came down. It's like almost just in the same effect that a high would act, you know. Yeah, I've been high on some weed or something. But, you be up there for a minute, and then when it comes down, it's like you down. That's exactly what happened to me. I was exhausted all day long. It's like I had a full day off work yesterday. I got rest, so I guess I needed more rest. And I always say I'm going to listen to my body, so I let it do what it wanted to do. And man, if I didn't have to go to work, I'd still be in the bed. That's how I feel. I felt a little frustration coming on today, and that's why I titled this "What to Do." You know, I maintain we are human beings at all times, so therefore we must and we will feel. So it's not a thing that I'm trying to stop feeling certain things, but I'm trying to operate outside of frustration because it doesn't do anything for me, but you know, get me to a space of coming back around to realizing everything's fine, you know. So what to do, you know? I remind myself of everything that isn't frustrating to me. Like I'm going into this salon suite this week, I remind myself that if God be for me, who can be against me? I remind myself that that weapons may form, but they will not prosper. That's what I do in those moments when I can sense the frustration coming. I need to stop it. You know, you counter block it with the word. You counter block it with speaking positive things. Because my frustration is so subtle, it sneaks up on me, and it'll be for the most frivolous things in life. You know, small things get me. Major things, I'm good. I'm great under pressure. I am great under pressure, deadlines, all that stuff, you know, having to get it done in just enough time. I'm cool with all those things. Large scale stuff don't move me. The small things get me. Hell, frustration make me frustrated. Why you frustrated? Because I'm frustrated. Hey, Sassy. And that's what I was telling myself today, because I almost went there, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? You said you don't like being frustrated, so what you gonna do about it? I'm just gonna talk against it. I'm gonna go the opposite of it. I'm gonna chill, and I'm gonna put myself in a different space of thinking and not focus on the frustration. You know, I don't want to get into a space of frustration, because I think when you're frustrated, you begin to try to handle things on your own. You begin to try to move things the way you need it to move, so that you don't feel this frustration, you know. So those are the spaces that I want to definitely stay out of, you know. I don't want to. I want to control what God has given me the power to control, and I want him to control everything else. So in frustration, I don't want to step into trying to do God's part, you know what I'm saying? I have to understand he got me regardless of what I'm feeling or what I'm thinking. He got me. So therefore, keep doing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and never mind the little things, you know what I'm saying? It's never mind the little things. I can't let the little things get me out the game, you know. I just started. But that's how the enemy tries to get inside your mind, you know. He attacks your mind and make you trip on yourself, you know. I don't believe he does anything to me. I think he can get inside of my mind and come to do things that hinder me. You know, when you start second guessing, having doubt, that's the tricks being played on your mind to cause you to move and operate in a different way. He ain't gonna come down here and tap on you, no. He's gonna get in your head and make you go do something destructive. He's gonna get in your head and make you go do something that you wouldn't ordinarily do. Yeah, you're gonna do it, but it's gonna start in your mind, you know. So we have to make sure we're renewing our mind daily, because every day there's a new against you when you're trying to move right, when you're trying to walk accordingly. There's always going to be something that comes up and tries to get in your mind, to cause you to waver, to cause you to lose faith, to cause you to doubt, to cause you to stop even, you know, to invoke fear. We shall not operate in the spirit of fear. So therefore, we got to start learning how to exercise our, say, how do you fight the enemy? With the word. Word, worship, whatever you're gonna do, make sure. Why do people enter the highway at 5 miles an hour? I just don't understand. I mean, can your car not go any faster? That's crazy. And he's still going 2 miles an hour. You like, it's just slow motion, what? Oh, Lord have mercy, I needed that. I don't think he realized he on the freeway, because he is going like 20 miles an hour, man. It's 60. He must be drunk, shoot. Maybe he in a heated debate. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, man, sometimes you gotta fight yourself out of your feelings, out of your negative thoughts, out of your frustrations, out of your doubt, out of your anything that comes to kill, steal, and destroy. You got to swing on it this year. We can't allow it to get us down and get us sidetracked anymore. You know, I feel like this year should be the year of accomplishments. Not what we're talking about we want to accomplish, but what we are accomplishing. And if we're going to have those things come to pass and make good on those accomplishments, then we got to be ready for battle, you know. For some of us, that may mean to sharpen our prayer life, as myself, you know. Some of us, it may be getting the word more. As myself, you know. Yes, I do. I read scripture every day, but, you know, I really want to get to that space. And this is something I've been saying, and I preach, you know, stop saying it and do it, you know. So there I am. I need to start doing what I'm saying, especially when moments like this come, you know. Those are the moments when, had I been deep in there, I might have done came up with something way before I got to the frustration that counter-blocked it, but I did it, you know. For some of us, it may be just to take action. You know, sometimes we just sit in second guess. Sometimes we change our minds. Sometimes the only way I can put it is we're scared. And got to just put down those things and take a leap. Understand that, yeah, things are gonna happen, come up against us. Things may not go the way you expect them, but how do you know? How do you know what's going to happen? What works? What doesn't work? If you don't do it, you know. It's way too easy to get sidetracked by emotions, you know, our feelings. I like feeling, but I don't want to feel things that's gonna stop my process. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Chicago, I'm in the middle of embarking into something that's great, you know, and it's going to be great. No matter what I say, no matter what I'm feeling in the moment, it's going to be great. This is what I'm going to say. No matter what I think or what I feel, not no matter what I say, it's going to be great. And that's not to say that I'm thinking negative about my business. I feel great about that. I'm excited, you know. I had to get the address. I was getting ready to send out the text messages, but I was like, nah, I don't want to send out 2 different messages to say, hey, we're moving, and then come back and send another one with the address. So I'd rather just let them know and make it professional in that one text. But I did have the privilege of telling one lady, and she's excited, so I'm excited, you know. But yeah, I don't know where my frustration came from today, but it was coming, and I thought about it, and I said, oh no, because the first thing I did was got in the bed and laid down, and I'm laying there like, you done been in the bed all day, Sheer. Why you laying down again? I ain't get up, I ain't gonna lie. I stayed laying down. But when I got up, this is how I came up. Like, nah, you're not about to get frustrated. Because really, I have nothing to be frustrated about. So therefore, I know it's a trick, you know. When things start to try to enter your mind, into your spirit, into your soul, that you know are basically of God, then you got to be like, nah, I see you. This ain't what you want, bro. The young kids say. That's how I feel about it. This ain't what you want, bro. Then you start bobbing and weaving. Push through it, you know. You may feel everything that you're feeling, but to push through it is also the fight, to fight it. You know, I can either lay down in it and say, oh, I'm feeling this way. I'm so frustrated. I can start doing that. Or I can get up and keep going. I got to go to work. Hell, if I'm frustrated, that really don't matter. I got to be to work at 7 p.m. I got to clock in. I'm frustrated. It don't matter. I'm going to get on live because I wasn't even going to come on live and talk, you know. And I keep saying when I come live and talk, it's to hopefully encourage someone, to motivate someone, inspire someone. And it's usually me talking through the things that I'm dealing with. So here I am dealing with something, and then I'm saying, I ain't going live. I don't feel like talking. That's a trick. You know what I'm saying? That goes against every word I said that I was here to do. If I'm not going to come when I'm feeling something that I can actually talk through and tell you guys how I'm working through it so that you may, you know, do the same in case of emergency, then what's the use? You know what I'm saying? That's another win for the enemy if I don't press play and talk. And that made me mad right there. That made me mad right there because I really was not going to come on live. And I just thought about it in that sense, like, man, you about just laid down and took that L, man. You better get on here and talk. Somebody listening. Somebody needed to hear it. You know, life is full of ups and downs. We know that. There is no doubt. It's gonna happen. But how we handle it doesn't have to be the same if we haven't been handling it well, you know. When you begin to say you want to do better in things or at things, then the biggest step to take is to start doing better, you know. If you can identify something that you need to do better with, then you know how to, like, okay, let's say this. Like I'm saying, I want to do better with my frustration. If I'm able to identify that and articulate that, then I'm able to, on the flip side, when it happens, to go against it. It's enough in time out for saying I don't want to be frustrated anymore, or I hate being frustrated. Then when I get frustrated, I just lay there and be frustrated. You know, once we identify the problem, that's when we know we have the solution for it. It's no brainer. You have a solution for the things that you can identify that are wrong. You have the solution. We are equipped more than we give ourselves credit for. We always say things like, God won't put more on you than you can bear, but then as soon as you get pressed a little, we want to tap out. No, it ain't tap out season. And a little frustration is not enough to tap out about. If I truly believe that God won't put more on me than I can bear, then I know that anything I'm feeling outside of losing my breath is nothing. It's nothing. The fact that I'm dealing with it means something. The fact that I'm going through it, that I'm pushing through it means something. That means I can handle it, you know? I have the solutions inside of me. You know, most time we go seek it outside for solutions to problems that we have or things we're dealing with. When a lot of times all we have to do is look inside. Look inside. And it'd be right there. Have you ever noticed, for example, okay, let's say you got something going on, and you know, we all do it. We'll pick up the phone and call a friend. You know, we phone a friend. Go out that helpline. You phone a friend and you're telling them your problem and you know how you're feeling. And that friend ain't got the solution. They talk and you talk, and then when you get done talking to that friend, basically wasting your breath, guess what happens? You'll still have the problem because that friend didn't carry the solution. You have it. Now, if you're just venting and not expecting anything, okay, that's one thing. But a lot of times people will have a dream. Let's take that for an example because I see it a lot. They'll have a dream. And before they try to figure the dream out for themselves or even ask God what the dream means for themselves, they'll call somebody that say they know about dreams, or they know somebody that know about dreams, and try to have that person to tell them what their dream is about. Well, I'm not saying that someone can't help you to somewhat understand your dream, but what I'm saying is every interpretation doesn't necessarily have to be for you. I can tell you what it means to dream about a blue monkey, but that might not be what God is saying to you about that blue monkey. Sometimes the dreams are for you to go to God and ask him, you know, God, what's this dream mean? What do I need to do? Remember I told y'all the other day, I said we need to be intentional and start asking for instruction, because when we're unsure, that's what stops us from moving forward in a thing. But if you stop and ask God for instructions and then wait for the instructions, then, you know, you can proceed with caution and with some understanding. But we got to be ready to ask for it instead of, like I said, tapping out because we don't understand the thing or don't know how to start or know how to begin. The hardest part of starting anything is absolutely starting. You know, so when we have, you know, issues and things going on that we're dealing with, we got to start learning how to look inward first. I feel like you find a solution within yourself, and then if you have some uncertainty, then maybe phone a friend. And I feel like when you have that uncertainty and you call that friend, I keep on saying phone a friend. When you call that friend, what happens is they'll have something to say that will give you confirmation. You know, we love confirmation. Confirmation. I knew it. I heard that 3 weeks ago. Confirmation. I heard that 2 months ago. I heard that. Oh my God, confirmation. I'm gonna tell y'all what the good man, this man Stephen Chestnut I listen to say. He said confirmation can also be the sign of disobedience. It ain't necessarily always a reminder. Yeah, if you got confirmation once or twice, cool. But once you get into 3, 4, 5, and 6 times, that means you didn't do something. confirm something you were thinking, something you were feeling, something that you were that was on your mind, you were dealing with, and someone came and confirmed that you were right. So now you're supposed to act. But if you don't act, okay, he sent you another confirmation. Boom, confirmation. It's like we say confirmation and we think it's just gonna happen. No, faith without works is dead. If you're uncertain, unsure, and feeling doubtful, and God gives you confirmation after confirmation, and you don't start moving in that thing, because the confirmation was supposed to be your go, your green light, right? Okay, maybe you need 3 confirmations before you move. But a lot of us will sit there and we take confirmation as, oh yes, I can go get something to eat. We'll take confirmation as that's a word for my life, and it doesn't happen or it's gonna happen. No, confirmation means you're right, move forward, or handle that the way you're supposed to handle it. You know, you're feeling like this friend ain't right for you, and then somebody tell you specifically that friend ain't right for you. Oh, confirmation, I was feeling that. But then you keep dealing with that friend. You see what I'm saying? You gotta stop. When you get confirmation, then you should know how to move forward. And if we don't, after 2-3 times, then we're being disobedient to what we're being given confirmation for. You know? I don't know where that went, where that came from, but I went there because I go wherever the flow leads me. Sometimes I'm talking and it'll take a whole left turn into that parking lot. I can't tell you why, but I just go with the flow. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with the flow. You know, it kind of pissed me off that I be feeling, you know, I be having to walk through these feelings, and then after I come out boxing, I'll be like, man, that was a piece of cake. I gave myself a moment to feel like a little wussy. But you know, I'm glad you decided to come on and talk, because we don't have a choice to sit here and listen to you. Just I have an ear for listening. You speak truth. Thank you, Miss Chicago. I appreciate that, and that so encourages me and inspires me, you know, to keep going. I don't care if I come on here and talk about the same thing every single day. That's what we gonna do. You know, I have a lot to say, I'm sure, but I'm just saying, if it's repeated, then it needs to be repeated. You know, a lot of times it does feel like repetition, but like I said, when you're going through things, sometimes you need that reminder. Sometimes you need to remind yourself. And I think that's what we also get away from, is giving our own self reminders. If you said it, then it should be done. And if you forgot, then remind yourself, nah, you said that you was gonna do X, Y, Z. You know, like if you set a goal and you be like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And then, okay, fine, you're not gonna do it. But then as soon as something happens, you be like, man, I'm about to go do this and that. But you just said you weren't gonna. No, remind yourself, no, I said I wasn't gonna do that, so I'm not. You know, sometimes we wait on God to remind us. Sometimes we gotta remind ourselves of what we said. You know. We love to remind God of what he said. God, you said I am the head and not the tail, that I'm above and not beneath. Oh God. But we don't remind ourselves of what we said. If it was good and we don't do it, we need to remind ourselves of what we said. I said I was going to work on being frustrated, and that's what I mean. That's why today, instead of getting frustrated to that point, I came out swinging against that thing, you know. Of course I'm going to get frustrated when I'm trying to do something with excellence. Of course I'm going to get frustrated when I'm sitting here looking at this salon furniture piling up in my living room. That's what the attack, it comes for your mental space, so that you get thrown off and you don't, you know, stay on course. Those are things we should expect. When it happened, we should be like, man, I knew this was coming. And then you move around. We let a lot of things trick us out our spot, because I think because simply we don't be paying attention. We don't be paying attention. That's what I really think. You know, I'm excited. I can't wait to go live on the other channel. I'm just trying to figure out when. I don't know if I'm gonna wait until I get the key, or don't know. I know when I press play and start talking. When I press play and start talking over there. But I appreciate everyone that did sub up over there, because y'all helped me push through that little hurdle when I was stuck at like needing like 17 more. We did it, you know. I say y'all did it. But yeah, man, that was me today, in a space of about to get frustrated and thinking about it, and then, you know, actually being able to wait a minute, hold up, I know what this is. You know, that's what we got to start saying when we start feeling familiar things. Hold on, wait a minute, I know exactly what this is. And then remedy it remedy it, you know, fix it. Sometimes we got to shift, you know. A lot of times the atmosphere shifts around us, but sometimes we got to shift. Sometimes we gotta fix and pop our collar. Sometimes we gotta put our glasses straight. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's on us. You know what I mean? We expect a lot. But sometimes it's just simply on us. Things we know that we go through over and over and over again. I feel like we can decide to jump off that merry-go-round at any given time. You might scrape your knee. You might even, you know, hurt your arm a little bit. But at least you jumped off, you know? And you're not in that perpetual cycle that you so want to be out of, but you're only in because you choose to stay there. You know? What the old people say? Ain't nobody pulling your leg. Ain't nobody pulling your leg to stay stuck. Get unstuck when you can. And then when you can't, that's when you like, help me. Help me. Yep, that's what it is, Gary. The steps towards completion. When that old enemy know you are heading towards completion of a thing, he start trying to do his old tricks. You know, they say he does nothing new under the sun. He gonna get you with the old things. He might do the same thing. He might use a different vessel, but it's gonna be the thing you gotta recognize is the thing, not the vessel. You know what I mean? And he always gonna come and try to trick you out your spot. So it's like when you're thriving and you're on your way and you got a momentum going, especially when you get that momentum. When you get that momentum and you up here, it's always going to be something coming outside like, nah. We have gone through plenty of ups and downs in life. Ain't none of us on here brand new to life. Ain't none of us on here young in heart. But ain't none of us on here. Oh, there you go. I tried to turn my alarm off and cut the whole daggone screen off. Ain't none of us on here living without having gone through some life. So therefore, gourmet burgers and brew. I ain't never seen that before. That's a place I can go. But yeah, we've dealt with some life, so we understand how to stick and move and keep it moving and get out of things, move through things, move past things, move above things. We got some understanding there. You know what I mean? I think that it's just now about being active, you know. When you have moments 2 and 3 times, after a while you be like, man, I know how to do this. You know, and when we don't, it's just kind of like you just didn't, you know. At that point you can't even blame the enemy. People will miss the message because they are worried about what it's coming from. Exactly. It's going to be, you know, we'll trust the same word coming from different vessels when it's something positive, but we don't trust that same word coming from that you know, if it's coming from a bad vessel, I mean a bad way, a bad space, if it's the opposite, put it that way. We'll take that message, it ain't the same person, so it's this time is right, you know. What they say, I don't know what I was about to say. I was somewhere between a dog and a tiger. I was somewhere between a dog and a tiger. But my point being is a lot of times the things that we have gone through that have been of a negative impact, It's usually the same thing over and over again, but he'll wait a while, but then he attach that same thing to a different person, to a different place, to something different that you're watching. It's the same message, but he'll try, well, let me try to trick her. He tries to trick you with the messenger, but not the message. You know what I'm saying? He'll try to send the same devastation, but he attaches to something unsuspecting. You got to listen with your spirit, you know what I'm saying? No matter the vessel. You got to listen with your spirit. And if it goes against your spirit, and if it goes against God's word, then you know it's from the devil. Insanity is doing the same, expecting a different result. Absolutely, Emily Jane, how are you? And that's what we be doing, y'all. We be operating in insanity. Have you ever just thought to think, I've been insane sometimes? I know I've operated in insanity. You know, you can't, you know, if it didn't work the first 2-3 times and you don't change anything about the way you're trying to do it, it's insanity. I do believe in try again, but you got to tweak it every time. We can't do the same thing and expect something different to happen unless you know exactly where you messed up, you know.
How you doing? What can I get for you?
Hello. Can I get a number 8?
Number 8?
Yes. With the cherry Coke.
You want it spicy or classic?
Classic, please.
And you said with the Coke?
Yeah, cherry Coke.
Right. Cherry Coke?
Yeah.
Did you say cherry Coke?
Yes.
Alrighty, would that be all for you?
Yes.
Alright, so it's 12.54. You can pull it right.
Oh, Lord Jesus, okay. Shit, I could have sat down at Applebee's for that. This is Emily. I'm good, thank you. Just saw this and it just right word. Oh, that's what's up, Emily. That's what my hopes are, is that I say something that resonates with your spirit, and hey, it give you something to, you know, if it's just a little fuel for tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Hope you sub up and visit us again, Emily. You all late with the commercial break. Yeah, my alarm went off, and normally I just touch on the screen and stop it, but when I touched it, it took the whole screen out. It went to the actual alarm. Absolutely. He knows exactly what you need. I was telling them that I was dealing with a lot of frustration, and that's one of the things I'm working on, you know, to understand that we do get frustrated, yes, but to move around it. So today I had to fight that frustration, and you know, I was telling them, in my frustration, or in my feeling of frustration, I ain't gonna say I was frustrated, but in my feeling of frustration, I wasn't going to come live, but that was something I had to push through, because that's the way the enemy will have it, for me not to come live, not to express myself, because that's all I'm doing today is really talking to y'all about what I'm dealing with as I walk through it. It's like real time what I'm doing to nip this in the bud. You know, I could have just stayed off live and put on some music or called a friend on the phone and talked, but I went on and pressed play, and I'm glad I did, because I got to meet Emily Jane today. I got to get feedback from Miss Chicago. She's glad I came on. I'm glad I came on. I really am. And I had a lot of extra time today because I left a little bit early to grab me something to eat. And yeah, I don't know, y'all. I got to push through to 2:30 tonight, and every part of me wants to come home at 10:30, so I'm going to play it by ear. More than likely, I'll be pushing through. Heck, if I ain't sleepy, I might push on through to 5:30. That's what we do. But yeah, I might need to push through to 5:30, because tomorrow we're supposed to get another, some kind of storm. Last time we didn't really get nothing, but I don't know. But I missed a day because of it, and it didn't really do nothing. And then it's like, I don't play with the weather out here. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I kind of want to stay to 5:30. Then that way, as part of that, I would miss on Friday. Y'all listen to me. I don't know. I just got stuff to do. But I want to stay out of the places that try to keep me distracted. Because at the end of the day, that's what all that stuff is. The things that you don't want in your life, when it starts to happen, it's just a distraction. And we got to be prepared when those distractions come to recognize them for what they are. They are distractions. And what do distractions do? Try to get you paying attention over here when your focus should be right here. You know, I guess that's the name of the game. Stay focused, you know. As long as you're focused, it really don't matter. You know, it could be a hailstorm outside. As long as you're focused, them hailstones ain't gonna hit you. You know, that's how I look at it. The way we go through is the way we come out. So you go through it strong, you know. Go through it strong, even though it hurt, even though it might be trying, even though it may make you want to give up. Don't, you know. And when you don't know nothing else to do, call on God. God help me. I tell my baby that, 10 years old. God help me. If you feeling away at school, you know, if you're ever unsafe and if you're ever feeling a certain way, you feel unsafe at school, you know, I'm trying to prepare her for things that could happen. Thank you. And no, I'm good.
You have a nice night.
Oh, I was about to say, where my card at? Thank you. And I tell her, you know, a prayer, I like, just pray. She like, I don't want to pray. And I'm like, you better. I was like, a prayer is simple as God help me. You know, and if that's your prayer for the day, then that's what it is. That's a huge prayer, you know what I'm saying? Because for some of us, it take a lot to ask for help. It take a lot for us to ask for help. We'll go through life, beat us up, tearing us down, twisting us all around. And the one thing we could do so simple and easy is say, God help me. We don't do it. We be taking them bruises like, man. I know I've done it. You know what I'm saying? You get beat up left and right. And, you know, I'm strong. I can do this. I can get through anything. And I can. Sometimes all you can say is, God help me. You know, and in the moments that we don't, when we finally do, and then see how fast he help us, you know what I'm saying? Then we be saying, I should have just did that in the first place. You know, we make life so hard. That's my opinion. We make life hard. I know I've made my life hard a lot of times coming up, you know, and maybe even definitely in adulthood. It's because when you know better, you do better, but then you don't do better when you're supposed to. Yeah, that's what happens. We do that. Come on, man. It's an arrow. Would you turn? Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. We got to start, man, adhering to the stuff that come out of our mouth. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. And then we be like this. Go. I got it. I can do it, Jesus. If you say, Jesus, take the wheel, then this is your position. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just funny to me. That just tickled my socks off right there. Man. When your car becomes a prop. But we do that, and y'all can't say we don't. We are all guilty of that. And Jesus, take the wheel, and then we be trying to drive everywhere. You know. Oh, Lord, help me. I got it. I can do this. He'd be like, you just asked me for help, girl. Will you sit your butt down somewhere? Busybody. I know busybody in the Bible. I'm going to attach that. I got a video about being a busybody. I'm going to attach that video to the end of this one. So hopefully that people that are on the replay, if you're hearing me now, click on the next videos that y'all see at the end of my videos, because I got some pretty dope content from last year. Gary was here. We did a lot of videos. It just been trying to get the watch time hours. I lost a lot of my time because it exceeded a year. So I had to kind of start over from like 800 and something. So we almost halfway there, y'all, to the 3,000. So, yay. Now I got to get working on that other page. I feel like the other page is going to go so smooth because of all the research I've done for this one in these short few weeks. You know, it's like when you learn something in one space, you know how to utilize it in another. So it shouldn't even be that hard on the other page. Yeah, man. I feel better though, you know. Like I said, I feel a lot better. People in my house probably think I'm crazy because I would lock myself in my room in a minute. And it's just like, because sometimes you just need that moment of air. I can't deal with kids right now. I can't deal with a husband or honey or whatever, you know, you have. Sometimes we have to just take that space. And it may mean to lock a door for a few minutes. Man, that baby was banging on my door like, let me in. I'm like, no. That's my dog, but he thought he was about to get in that door, y'all. He was banging on the door like, I want to come in. No. You know, sometimes you just want to get dressed in private, you know. Let everything hang out while you're getting dressed. Can't do that with a 3-year-old next to you, you know. Get out. But they don't know. It helps them more than it helps me. Just to have that moment, you know. You have to make sure you got everything that you're dealing with in its right space, you know. One thing jump out of order, then everything falls apart. And that's what I don't want happening this day going forward, you know. I'm not going to say in 2025 because I need it for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about a new year anymore. The new year passed. This year ain't new no more. It's old. We headed in 2 weeks old. This year ain't new no more. So therefore, you know, I would like to by January be planning for 2026, you know? Yeah. Chat ain't moved in a minute. I don't know if it's on my end or y'all, but somebody say something in the chat, please. The last thing I seen was Gary say stay warm and safe. Yeah, but I don't know. All is well, you know, at the end of the day. All is well, no matter what happens, you know, during the day, what little bumps and bruises we bump into, all is well. That's one thing we need to be able to do, all is well, because when you say that, I believe all is well. I confess that all is well. It's going to be all right, you know. Goodbye, everybody from last shift. I should have went down that lane. Okay. Thank you, Emily. I'm gonna read your thing as soon as I park here. Oh yeah, this is as good as it gets. I'm pretty close. Do you get to listen to podcasts or anything at work? We're not supposed to, but a lot of times I do anyway. I put on my little Scully cap and put my earbud in. We're not supposed to listen to our earbuds because they say the Bluetooth affects the robots in the machines I work with. But yeah, they'd be glad I put that earbud in some days. So sometimes, you know what I do a lot? I like, especially like certain days, I'll go and listen to some of my videos because I really honestly be on here feeling like I'm talking about I don't know what when I'm talking. So I like to go back and listen to my videos so that I can hear what I was saying, because I ain't even gonna lie, when I'm talking it'd be like this. I'm like, oh God, I hope I ain't sounding crazy. And thankfully when I go back and listen, I'll be like, oh okay, I was talking about something. It's weird. I can't explain it, but it's weird. You really be on here talking and you feel like the master's voice. Is that Celestial? The master's voice. Yeah, isn't that Celestial? But yeah, man. Yeah, it be feeling crazy when you just talking. Like you're just talking for 30, 40 minutes, hour, just talking and talking. And even though I'm talking to people that are in the chat, it's not the same as sitting down talking to somebody. So yeah, it gets to feel like, what in the world am I talking about? Yeah, I catch her sometimes. I do. I've listened to her multiple times. I check around on like, you know, like the clips on what is it? You know, just the different you know what I'm trying to say. Like on TikTok and even on here, I always check out what she's saying. I don't always get to catch like the longer videos. I have been on her live a couple of times, so I listen to sometimes. She get a lot of flack, but she all right with me, you know. She all right with me. I'm learning that, you know, everybody got something to say about somebody, but what did the person say? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if it makes sense to me, I don't care who said it, and you know, all this extra stuff. Everybody wants to point out what's wrong with a person, but they'll never think about what the person actually said. You know, at the end of the day, somebody got to say something. And for those that don't, you know, she's one that does, and maybe that's the problem. Now, who am I to judge how people do it? I don't know, but now there's just some you be like, yep, nope. But she's not one of those to give me that. I like her. I like her her dry sense of humor. I love it. It is so funny. It's like over sarcasm. I'll be like, what? Oh my God, I did not know this girl was this funny. Yeah, not necessarily a go-to, but I definitely don't have a problem with her and will listen to her. You know, I listen to her. I listen to her mostly. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to her mostly on TikTok. Like, I've caught a few videos. I think what happens is people aren't used to hearing like truth. They like the sugar-coated stuff, the stuff that you may never. I feel like the stuff I never hear in church is the stuff I want to hear. And when the people that never talk about it have something to say, then I have a problem with you. You know, I always tell my friend, like, who talks about sin anymore? Nobody, not hardly. But she does, so is that the problem? It's almost like people will run around thinking we got a free pass to do whatever we want. It's like people need that reminder. You know? And you know what, at the same time, I'm not with all that hell and brimfire either. You know what I'm saying? I think there should be a balance, you know. But at the same time, just because you tell the truth don't mean it has to be forceful, you know. Like the nothing, she was asking me if I had listened to this certain podcast. Like I don't know if y'all seen a clip of that preacher that's here in Virginia embarrassing that young lady because she wanted to confess, she was repent, she was pregnant or whatever. I'm like, you know, he all like, we gonna pray for you, we forgive you, but we ain't having no baby showers, and your mama better not give you one. And I'm like, but the baby needs things, so why wouldn't she have a baby shower? You know, it's like, that's too much for me. When you're going above and beyond, I'm like, is you the pappy? And I think people were trying to reach out to that young lady, send her gifts, and their family was like, they're not, thank you, but they're not receiving any help. Man, y'all better take that help. I done watched people like on TikTok. There was a guy, he was in his car. He had got displaced and he was in his car. He worked and everything, but he didn't have a place to live. Man, these people went in for this guy and he now has a place. And what I like about him is he's really showing them what he's doing. Just to my aunties and my cousins, you know, I got a place, and he showed them the place, and he's showing them what he's getting off of Amazon. And I'm like, you know, genuine help can come from anywhere. You know, and I think that's the problem. A lot of men think they God. I'm so confused with my cups. Yeah, but everything's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I deal with getting frustrated sometimes, and I know my triggers for frustration are small things. It's almost like a perfect world for me would be like over the top stuff happening all the time, huge things that have to be fixed. I'm there. You cut your foot off, I'm the calmest one in the room, but that little speck of blood come out your finger, I'm like, oh my God, you're bleeding. That's just an example. I definitely would be the calmest one in the room. I don't panic much, but it be the little things that get me. And I don't know if it's an accumulation of little things that snowball and then boom. But all I know is always something small and minute that gets me. Always. Gary, where you been? Talking about what you miss. But I like that what you said earlier, Gary. The road to completion. You know, I feel like this is definitely that road we're on. You know, everything that we do now or starting now needs to be done to complete, to completion, for completion. Especially when we've lived years and years not completing things. You ever heard somebody say, you know, I always start, but I never finish, you know? And I'm pretty sure we all have been that person. That's who I want us to get rid of, that person. Ooh, that tastes good. A little cherry Coke and Kool-Aid. Turn up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. You know, just to finish saying about that young lady that's pregnant. Another thing people say is God makes no mistakes. So if she made a mistake, that's one thing, but are we going to say that her baby is a mistake? No. That baby is needed for something, so he's coming. Whether the pastor like it or not, that baby coming. If anything, y'all should be praying and getting her everything she needs to make that part of her journey easy. Well, not easy, but easier. Showering her with support, you know. A mistake isn't the end of life. She's going to make more mistakes in life. She probably have another baby before she get married again, because most people do have more than one before. Once you have one, that second one come within a year or two, if you ain't careful. So that would be my focus with my daughter, to make sure that she don't get another one before that baby hit 1 year old. You know? But anyway, I have been here for like 53 minutes. Almost an hour. Pretty dope. And I'm going to get off now so I can take a bite of my sandwich and not have you guys enjoy me biting into this chicken sandwich. So I can get ready to go in here and push through to 2:30, you know. I can't come on here and talk about us carrying solutions and being equipped and having the power to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm talking about I want to leave at 10:30. I got to push through. And 2:30 will be here before I know it, you know. Right now I'm going to focus on 10:30 because that's our first break. I get to 10:30, I know I'm going to 2:30. Having said that, I appreciate you guys for listening to me today and coming in and hitting the like button. If you haven't done so, do that, please. If you're on the replay, please leave a comment so that I know you were here. And this video right now won't have a video attached to it, but if you go look at some of my other ones, you know, watch about 10 minutes of that video and then go to the end and see where it's, well, you can watch it all if you want to, but you know, give me a view, watch it, and then go to the end. Most of my videos lead into either a playlist or one of my older videos that are, like I said, they're pretty dope. I listen to them. But anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. I pray that God gives you peace tonight. I hope that he gives you sweet dreams that's full of ideas and instructions, clarity and wisdom. I pray that he covers your children tomorrow as they head to school, while they're at school and as they're returning from school. And I just pray that everybody works through things and know that you have solutions inside of you. They are already there. We don't have to call a friend. And if you call a friend, let it be for confirmation for what you already know. And oh yeah, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, bring a friend. And I'm out of here. Love ya. Bye.